Brightest blessings, everyone. I know I've been MIA and I'm very sorry about that. I've had a lot of things going on. I finished my associate's degree, I'm starting my bachelor's degree. A lot of family issues. Had to put down my cat, and anyone who knows me knows that that's a huge deal. Um, but this video is not necessarily for my subscribers, because my subscribers tend to not have this issue that I'm dealing with. A little bit ago, I think it was the Trevor Project that started this thing. I think it is, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Um, but it was the It Gets Better Project, and I think anyone who knows me knows I need to put my 2 cents in on this. Uh, it Gets Better, the It Gets Better Project, is about talking to gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, transsexual teens um, who, and young adults who end up committing suicide, being bullied to death due to their sexual preference, to their sexual orientation, or to their questioning, just simply questioning. And yes, you don't have to necessarily claim that you're gay or lesbian or even bisexual to be tortured literally to death by bullies. Um, Sometimes even your own family members. Um, I understand this very greatly. And everybody's been telling their story, and everybody's had a different story, and everybody's got a different take on it. But there's one thing that everybody has in common that's been doing these videos, and that is the one message of it gets better. Why? The reason why is it's true. I know I've been there, okay? I have actually tried to commit suicide twice. And I cannot tell you how thankful I am I failed at that, because it gets better. I know what it's like to be so at the bottom that you just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't even perceive that there might be a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's why you're suicidal, because you can't even perceive of a light at the end of the tunnel, let alone see it. But let me tell you, if there is a tunnel, there is an end. And if there is an end, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. You don't have to be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel to know that there is one. You don't have to, you can walk through a maze. You don't even have to be sighted to walk through the maze. You can walk through the maze of life completely blindfolded. It's not going to stop you from walking through it and going through it. Only if you think it's going to stop you would it do that. You don't have to see to be walking your path. You don't have to see the light at the end of the tunnel to know there is an end of that tunnel and a light at the end of it. And it does get better. When you grow up, you mature. Your bullies mature. And even if they don't, you mature and you learn that it doesn't really matter what they think. And if they assault you, they can make fun of you. There's an old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words and names will never hurt me, as long as you don't allow them to hurt you. They're just words. They're just hate-filled, angry words. And it just shows how hurt and angry your bully is. Probably because they're in the closet themselves, most likely. And if it gets to the point where they are physically hurting you, that's what the law and the authority is for. And if they make you feel bad just because of your sexual preference, because of your sexual orientation, you know, would a straight kid ever feel like they need to kill themselves because they got a bunch of gay kids saying, ha ha ha, you like the opposite sex? Kind of sounds ridiculous because they have the support. And homosexuals do not. Bisexuals do not. Sometimes bisexuals don't even have the support of homosexuals. But the thing is, you must take shelter in yourself. Know that it's okay. That it's not a bad thing. If you were raised in a strict Christian home, feelings are not a sin. It's what you do with those feelings that are a sin. Just because you're homosexual, you don't need to live the quote unquote lifestyle if that's what your game is. That you think that you're gonna burn in hell because of this quote unquote lifestyle. Your sexual orientation has nothing to do with your sexual practices. You can be a whore, you can be a man whore if you're straight. It has nothing to do with who you want to sleep with. That's just your sexual activity, not who you want to be with. You can be a major tramp or gigolo even if you're straight. And if that's what you consider sin, then that's what you consider sin. If you don't like the behavior, change it. Because you can change the behavior, you cannot change the attraction. It's always going to get better, even if you can't see it. You can be in a completely dark place, put your hand right in front of your face, and literally not see it. Does that mean that your hand isn't there? No. Nor would you ever question that it is there. Just because you can't see it. It does get better. And if you have problems with how homosexuality is seen where you're growing up because it's in the Bible Belt or whatever, get some therapy. Talk to someone. And not someone who's going to sit there and stick you in a camp to turn you straight, because that shit never works. It never does. All it does, that can make you more suicidal because you feel nothing but a feeling of failure. And you're not a failure. You're you. Strong, beautiful. God made you. Know yourself. Like yourself. And God forbid, love yourself. And no one can take that away from you. Blessed be.